Stop. Stop.
But Christians are the ones that are in a cult, right? What's going on, guys? Welcome back to SOS. I'm your host, Brother Maverick, and today we have Kamala Harris supporters throwing absolute tantrums like 3-year-olds in preschool who didn't get their milk and cookies. We're going to go ahead, we're going to listen to some of these things that these people are saying because they are as far out there as it gets. You're going to catch my thoughts in the middle, and of course, we'll talk a lot more about it on the other side. Let's man up.
Stop. Stop. See, that's why I'm recording, because the cops ain't gonna believe this shit.
He's a felon! He's a felon! He's a felon! He's a felon! I don't want him here anymore.
And you know what, guys? One of the things that Democrats wanted, they wanted it to be that they can trump up a bunch of charges on this guy, you know, hit him with whatever it is that they think they could make stick. And even Democrat lawyers have said that the things that he was charged with and convicted of make absolutely no sense. But that's what they wanted. They were hoping that Donald Trump being convicted with something would actually stop people from going out and voting for him. And obviously, not only did it not stop people, but it made them vote for him even more, which to me is absolutely crazy, but just goes to show that God is waking people up. So thank God for that.
He's ruining my life, her life, and the lives of every single immigrant in this country.
So the immigrant thing, that's another thing. You cannot sit there and say that he's ruining the lives of immigrants because he refuses to allow people to be here illegally. Most sovereign nations will deport people who are not there legally, and it is not right for anyone to think that you can just come in here, live off the taxpayer's dime, not actually put any paperwork forward to become a naturalized citizen in the United States, and that no one has the right to say anything about it. And then at the end, if you do, they try to tell you that you're racist. Obviously, it's something that people are sick and tired of. I mean, even look at what's going on with Mayor Eric Adams in New York. He is hardcore Democrat, and he's been saying since the beginning this is something that needs to stop.
Fake ass motherfucker who is not a real human being. He's a piece of shit.
I hope you were so fucking happy that the economy is supposedly going to be okay now.
No, it will.
Because you voted for Donald Trump, the man who was going to take away all the rights of so many groups of people, not even just fucking trans people, so many groups of fucking people. That are
What groups?
Just white men.
I want to know what groups, guys. What groups? When he was in office from 2017 to 2020, he didn't take away a single right from anyone, and people are literally parroting the same garbage that they did back then. And even though it didn't happen, they're conveniently glossing over the fact that that didn't happen before. It's absolutely astonishing to me that people are this willingly blind.
There is a highly trained professional assassin out there right now, and you have one job. Chop, chop, bitch.
So could you imagine if any conservative and anyone who was on the right would have said something like that about Kamala Harris or Joe Biden? The FBI and the Secret Service would be knocking on their door within hours. And this is something that the left has gotten extremely comfortable doing because Joe Biden's Department of Justice has been absolutely blind on purpose, blind, deaf, and dumb to what it is that people say. So long as you have a D at the end of your name or you support them, you can pretty much say whatever the hell you want, regardless of how grotesque it may be. And it's absolutely disgusting.
So I finally cut off my dad this morning. My child is a little bit older now. I don't feel the same level of pressure to maintain a relationship with him for her sake. She can choose to have a relationship with him. I'm not going to dictate that, but I'm not going to anymore. And my mom was like, why are you choosing politics? And I reminded her that this is real life. I don't have access to full reproductive care in the state I live in, and neither does my teenage daughter because of Donald Trump.
I want to address that. That's really important. And I want to make this clear, and I hope that anyone else out there who is on the same page as me feels the same way. If you are related to me, if you and I share DNA, and you cut me off or decide that you want to have no relationship with me because of who I voted for, I'm better off without you anyway. And I say that as a Christian man, where the Bible says not to associate with people that would cause you to sin. I don't care if you don't want to talk to me because I voted for Donald Trump. I voted for Donald Trump because I remember living under him. I remember how much better life is under him. And this garbage about how people don't want him in office because he appointed justices who reversed Roe v. Wade. The only thing it did was reinstitute the 10th Amendment and let the states decide what is and isn't too extreme, which in my opinion, if it were up to me, there would be no such thing as abortion, period. And it's one thing that women like her do. They disguise it and they won't say abortion, they'll say reproductive rights, right? But I challenge any one of you to look up what even a second trimester, a third trimester abortion looks like. Look it up on Google. And I know there's no shortage of leftists that say that it's not happening, but I promise and guarantee you it's happening. It happens every single day, okay? And there are pictures of it all over Google. So if third trimester abortions are something that doesn't happen, then you shouldn't find any pictures, right? Except I know better because I've looked it up and it does happen. And I've seen the bodies of those beautiful little babies, those innocent babies, and what happened to them just because somebody couldn't be bothered to take responsibility for what they do. So don't sit there and tell me about abortion as if it's something that you should be able to do, because nobody has the right to take the life of anyone else, especially an innocent unborn baby that's supposed to be depending on you to take care of them. How is it that they say Christians are in a cult? Look at this lady's face. Look at that lady's face. Tell me that doesn't look like a scene out of The Exorcist. If we're the ones that are in a cult, why is it that every one of these people are the ones that look like they're the ones possessed by demons? It sure ain't us. You don't see Republicans doing this kind of nonsense on TikTok and God knows where else carrying on if the person that we wanted in office doesn't win. And Democrats win a lot more than Republicans do. Come on, man. This is crazy. Oui?
I do not see you. I do not believe that you, as a person, deserve any of my respect.
Don't care.
Okay? You don't support basic human rights if you're a Trump supporter, so why would I support your rights? Okay?
When he says basic human rights, he means the right for women to end the lives of innocent children horribly and make them suffer unimaginably just because they don't want to be responsible for their actions, just because they want to fornicate without consequence and do whatever they want, and the one who has to pay at the end is the baby. He also means that you should be okay as a father or a mother with your child being told that your son can be a girl or that your daughter can be a boy, and that they have to hear about homosexual ideology, all the while being 2 or 3 years behind academically because these activists that call themselves teachers now are more interested in teaching your children that homosexuality is the way to go, and don't worry about learning math, reading, literature, social studies. Don't worry about those things. It's more important for you not to be a bigot and allow your kids to learn this. Now, mind you, these are the same people that would have an absolute conniption fit if they found out you were talking to those same children about Jesus Christ. But if you're telling them that marching in a gay parade with almost nothing on is okay, then they'll be completely fine with that. Are you kidding me?
That's the thing. Trump supporters are the equivalent to dirt to me. I would spit on you, but I would not waste the DNA on someone like that. That's the thing. I'd strangle you guys to death, but I wouldn't go to prison.
I'd like to see you try. I'd love to see you try.
It's no longer this neutral ground, this place where we don't judge people for their politics and it's this like melting pot. No, you're Republican, you voting Republican, I fucking hate you. And I think you're a racist. I know you're a racist. I know you're a pedophile. I know that you're a Nazi, a fascist. I don't care. I can make a list.
That's right, guys. Every Black, Hispanic, Asian, Jewish, and everything else out there that voted for Donald Trump, you're racist. You're all racist. Apparently, you're all racist. Regardless of your ethnic background, you are racist because he didn't get his way. Got it? Okay, good. Let's move on.
Okay, because it's beyond it. It's beyond it now. Okay, there is no wishy-washy Republican. If you're Republican, you're a fascist Nazi. You support Trump. And that party, they don't give a fuck about ideals, morals, who they're fucking propping up. They only care about winning and taking power in this country. And how can you guys not see that? But that's the fucking thing. That's the fucking thing. Is you guys probably do see it, and you just accept it. But again, to the day I die, it's fuck Donald Trump. To the day I die, it's fuck Republicans. They're ruining America. I'm not letting that happen. We the people, we the Democrats will not let that fucking happen. I'm not taking this shit sitting down. Donald Trump.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. You ain't picked up a weight a day in your life, bro. You ain't spitting on anybody. You ain't strangling anybody. You're going to sit there. You're going to shut your mouth. And you're going to understand that the reason most of this country turned red is because we're sick of the ideology of people like you. Nobody wants that potassium chloride and battery acid cocktail that you call progressivism. Sorry. If you don't like it, you're welcome to leave. Listen, get the hell over yourselves. Okay, because this is exactly what it comes down to, guys. These are a bunch of people who have never heard no in their lives, and the minute they don't get their way, they throw tantrums like children. But it's our fault. It is society's fault for allowing this nonsense, this ideology to get so far out of control, like a wildfire, that now these people are out here thinking that this is a regular way of life. And God forbid you tell them the truth. God forbid you tell them that homosexuality is a sin. God forbid that you tell them that abortion is murder. God forbid you tell them that defunding the police isn't a good idea and that Black and brown people shouldn't be able to commit as much crime as they want. No, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear the truth. And the minute you try to tell them, they call you a fascist, they call you a Nazi, they call you a bigot. I'm gonna tell you guys real quick before we get off here. Yes, there are people who have cut me off because of God. There is even a person who recently cut me off because of who I voted for and the other people in our family who voted for Donald Trump. Now, I voted for Donald Trump because I remember what it was like when he was president. I remember how much better things were. I remember how cheap gas was. I remember how good the economy was. I remember how low inflation was. And I remember that there was still at least a semblance of respect for law enforcement. Stop with all this crap already about how you're going to lose your rights. You're going to lose this. You're going to lose that. He was in power before. You didn't lose any rights, and he could have done it. When he first came in, the GOP controlled the House. They controlled the Senate. that he could have done those things if he wanted to, but he didn't. Stop crying already. Stop whining. Life isn't about being easy. Life is about being responsible and taking accountability. And that is something that is completely foreign to anybody and everybody on the left, is what it seems to me. Get the hell over yourselves and keep moving forward. Go to work. Stop getting on TikTok making a fool out of yourself, because you sit here telling us that we're in a cult, but who's the one out here throwing themselves into walls and telling people that they're Nazis and that they want to spit on them? And I'll give you a hint. It's not anybody on the right. It's not the Christians. It's not the Muslims. It's not the Jewish people. And it's definitely not any of the tens of millions of people that voted for Donald Trump. Hey guys, I pray to God that you liked the video. And if you did, please type amen in the comment section if you agree. And if you don't, go ahead and leave those comments also. Just keep it respectful. As always, please don't forget to like the video, hit the sub button, share the video, and smash that bell for event notifications, guys, so you never miss a new video. If you love what you see and you want to become a channel sponsor, you can hit that join button where the sponsorship trailer will explain the different tier options and the perks that you'll get as a result of joining each individual plan. Also, don't forget to check out our merch store, as I recently added a ton of new merchandise to the store, and I would love to see nothing more than to see some of you guys wearing the Cross Unit logo out there in the wild. Lastly, the link to my Buy Me a Coffee is there as well. Of course, you're not required to do any of that. Just having you here with me is more than enough, and I am extremely grateful to God for your fellowship. As always, guys, be safe, be good, and be blessed. Remember that Jesus is King and the literal only way to heaven. So for those of you who haven't started a relationship with him yet, please consider it, because when he comes back for his people, it's gonna happen just like this.